That one's on. That one's on.
Woo!
That
I
one's
think
on.
we have a lot of live things going on. Okay, so hi, I'm Jen from Hail Holistics, and this is Alana, our token vegan from Koi Yoga.
We love want to look at.
I don't know. We're going to look at them all. Hi. Okay, so we are going to ask Alana a few questions that I even prepared because I'm a prepared individual. So, Alana, what are you looking at?
Well, I'm going to read because you can't see.
Yeah. Okay, so also I'm an 80-year-old woman.
Why is yours?
And I see, now you see why I do this. Hi, because I can't see anything. See, and then you got to click these buttons. It takes a lot to be.
Hi, Catherine.
Catherine. Hi, Catherine. Okay, are we ready? So my questions are going to come first because, well, I'm important and people like me.
Just want to say Samsung is way better than your iPhone.
It's the same.
Oh, I can't read yours.
Listen, I have my old lady.
Hey, Tasha.
She's in this for the long haul. And Shala. And okay, if we keep saying hi to people, we're not going to get on with this. We're going to be here for 2.5 hours.
All right.
I'm waiting to make faces. Okay, so Alana, why did you become a vegan?
Why did I become a vegan?
You know,
well,
wants to know.
So I've been a vegan for so I went vegetarian first after I had my son 22 years ago. And then I slowly became vegan as I educated myself not only on the dietary necessities of the body and how meat and animal products work in the body, but how it's better for you for life. For me.
See, that's how it is. We're not trying to convince anybody to do anything. I am a meat eater-ish. She could be a vegan. It's all right. Okay, so what is the difference? And we can't Google, so you got us, from rock and hard place.
That's what we should say. We have to say these are our opinions.
That's right. These are our opinions of how things work. Right? I am not a doctor, although I probably could be a doctor. I know a doctor or two. Okay, so what is the difference between vegan, vegetarian, and plant-based? We just educated ourselves on this.
Well, we had a conversation. So, vegan, you do not wear, consume, or support any animal products, any animals being killed or used for food material. So, you don't eat animals, you don't use anything that comes from an animal, you don't wear animals.
Hi, Callie! Auntie, that's you though. I'm not Auntie. I'm just Jennifer.
Oh,
look! I could read it from way back here. I'm so
sorry.
Okay.
Hey, Callie.
Okay.
Well, I didn't answer.
I know what I was gonna say. Moving along to
vegetarian. So a vegetarian is you just don't eat the meat of the animal, but you will consume the product that comes from the animal.
It's gotta be close.
And then we just had a discussion about plant-based. So plant-based is the majority of your meal is plants.
Right.
It's not that your animal eats plants.
Yeah, it's not really that. I don't think that's, again, we are unable to Google at the moment.
Yes.
But that's what we came up with.
It's the opinion of some, but not of me.
So as a vegan, where do you get your protein?
So I get my protein from protein powders, which Jen hates, and I brought some so we can look at them.
We read them though; they're pretty.
They're pretty clean.
Yeah, they're pretty.
You want to buy good stuff. Don't nothing at a gas station.
Well, when you see hers and it has the sales sticker on it, you were thinking Portuguese.
Well, I also get. Look at you, just stupid. Do you want to be done in 5 minutes?
I don't.
So I also get my protein from vegetables.
Yes,
vegetables have protein. And from tofu and tofu products. And again, I brought samples of those. Do you want to go through those right now, or you just want to?
No, let's go through that, because you're also, I think when people think tofu, even me, when I think of tofu, I think this white slab
of gooiness.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And then people are like, oh, if you just put caramel on it, it's great. I'm not eating that. So Alana has lots of different things.
So the first thing that we have to say, we had a conversation the other day about, there's a big debate about tofu and soy. So soy is a plant, when it's grown, it really absorbs anything around it. So if they're using lots of pesticides, that's going to be absorbed into your tofu. So the first thing I have to recommend is that you make sure that you look for an organic and non-GMO. Is that how you say it? Yeah, non-GMO. So these ones here, they're the ones that I buy. I'll show all the cameras. So they're organic and they are certified non-GMO. So look for that. I mean, you know, if you're people that eat meat,
that's right, Jillian.
Right? People that eat meat, you go and you're going to spend a little bit of extra money to get that higher cut quality fatty piece of meat. Or you go in the bush and you shoot it dead yourself, which as a vegan I prefer, I have to say. I'm not against people that go hunting for food, not trophies, but hunting for food.
Right.
I would prefer that actually than you go and buy the really bad stuff at the store. But anyway, so I have two different samples here. So you can get firm, you can get extra firm, you can get soft, but make sure that you look that it's organic and it's GMO, non-GMO. Then I also have, as treats, you can get, Light Life is a really good one, and I've talked about that on my Facebook channel and stuff, videos that I've made. So this is another good one that I use. And they're all like one carb. They're anywhere from, a serving is 85 grams. This one is 56 grams, and it's one net carb. Sorry, when I talk about carbs, I always do net carbs. So it's one net carb, very high in protein. Some of them you can, you know, they're not super high in fat, but I always cook them in the coconut oil, the olive oil, stuff like that, and that's where you'll add in your fats to it.
And that's what was the next question, was where do you get your fat? Where do you get your healthy fat?
Where I get my healthy fats is from the basics of coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil.
Right.
My healthy nuts.
Healthy nuts better than salty nuts.
So again, you have to say there, like, don't, you know, spend a little bit extra money and get the proper, don't get, you know, the barbecue flavored nuts.
Well, these have MSG in them.
Well, yeah, you might as well just go buy a bag of chips. But walnuts, almonds, macadamia nuts. I'm just in love with macadamia nuts right now. And yes, they're expensive, but
they're being high fat.
Being Portuguese, when you spend that much, you're not going to eat the whole bag. You're going to have like a little cup of macadamia nuts. And they're wild in fats. Huge.
Wild
in healthy fats. Did you like that?
I fucking love that. That was like over the shiz there.
That's when you know you're a vegan. You're like,
you're wild about that.
Okay. Look at this fat in this macadamia nut.
It's like,
but then you don't look when you're at the checkout and you get like 2 cups and it's $14 and you're like,
oh, look it.
Oh,
what's in that, Jillian?
With banana protein powder.
What's in that, Jillian?
Banana protein powder. How much sugar?
How much sugar, Jillian? How much sugar? What's in that? Show me the background. Hi, Mia. Okay, so next one. What does a day of eating look like for you? Don't say no eating.
Well, it's not no eating. So since I've been on keto and since I've been making Jen's life miserable, my eating has changed very drastically. So my eating before, I always make sure, you know, you have your calorie count that you need to get in, and you want to make sure that you get that in. And as you start keto, for me, and I can speak for Art as well, you really are not hungry. And so you're like, I'm not hungry, I don't need to eat. You need to eat. You need to force yourself to eat. Don't eat all your calories, your 1,200, 1,500, 1,800 calories, whatever you're allowed, all in one sitting.
Yes, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Some of us might have done that before. I don't know.
Well, on a drive. Oh shit, that was not.
That was not vegan or keto.
That was not vegan. That was not keto. That was
possessed.
Yeah,
possessed.
That was being possessed.
Okay. So did we answer that question? Does anyone have any more questions about that? No, everyone's just happy to be here. I love these people. Well, Jillian is Googling how much banana protein powder has in sugar.
It's the word banana that got us.
I got me. I was like,
banana.
Knock, knock. Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, this is me. This is why me and Live are not best friends. Okay, so what 3 things about switching to a nutritional ketogenic diet mentally impacted you the most?
Sorry, I was reading your screen.
What is
happening? I was reading your screen because Mia wants to know if there's a big difference between whey isolates powder. So you mean like whey protein and pea protein? What should we look for in regarding? So I'm going to take this one.
Okay, I just want to say, so I am not, fitness is not me. I'm diet. I'm not fitness. So protein powders, I am all food all the time. Eat the food. Don't drink the drinks. However, I understand that protein powder is a staple for many people. My take on it is in keto, so not in regular life, you can do you do you. But in keto, I want you to make sure there are no added sugars, no sucralose, no maltodextrin, no mannitol, none of those things, okay? So for me, keto 30, keto 60, keto 90, no sugar in those protein powders, no wheat, no corn, none of those unfriendly keto things. However, somebody over here is a protein powder
junkie.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
So because as a vegan, sometimes you do need to outsource protein here and there, and so she gets to have protein shakes. Where I know I'm very adamant with everyone else not to have them, but she's. Her husband likes her.
It's not even that I need to live. It's just so I'm going to go quickly back to the tofu. So the tofu is fine to have. I have it for one meal. I don't have it for 3 meals. I have it for 1 meal a day. You don't want to overload your system with tofu because that's when, and some people are completely fine. I could probably, because my body can tolerate it, I can probably have tofu for 3 meals and it wouldn't be a big deal. But really the rule of thumb, and if you look out there on the fitness sites and stuff, they do want,
no Oreos.
They are vegan though. Oreos are vegan. They are.
They have milk in them.
No, they don't. Just shh. So they are. We'll look it up later. But anyway, so that's where you're going to run into if there is, especially if you're having a lower grade of tofu. That's where if there is any estrogen, anything like that, it's going to be absorbed into your body. So limit yourself 1 meal a day with your tofu products. So for me as a vegan, in my macros right now, I need 60 grams of tofu. So even if I double up in that meal, 2 different
60 grams of protein.
60 grams of protein. Sorry, I said tofu. 60 grams. That's the thing. I don't want to have 60 grams of tofu.
No.
So for me, it's easy to have a shake in the morning or before bed. It's low carbs. I can put a lot of coconut oil and MCT powder oil in there and boost up my fats because I need 100 grams of fat. And that's an easy way for me to get that extra bit of protein. Whereas somebody that eats meat, they'll just have, a can of tuna or another little piece of steak that is strictly just protein. So these are the 2 that I use. So this is the one that she's blabbing about the sticker.
Wait, I just want to go back to Jillian's thing for 1 second. She is just answering the question that we asked about the banana protein, and she says it's 0 sugar. So
what's the flavor?
She can't post the picture. We can't read it anyway.
Not what's the picture, but I would question then where is the flavor of the banana coming from?
Yeah.
Like anything that I buy, if you get ones, I'll buy chocolate because they're cacao, however you say that, cacao powder, right? It's a natural flavor. Same as vanilla. Vanilla, you can use a vanilla bean. It's a natural flavor.
Bananas are natural too.
Yeah, but if there's no sugar,
I know, that's what I wanted to know. There's
no sugar, then there's no goddamn banana in there, right?
We're curious.
So this is one that I got. It's Purica. It's from the health food store in
Show
Paris.
the sales sticker, Portuguese.
Yes. Well, whenever you go, anybody that goes to the health food store, I'm having a mirror moment. So anytime you go to the health food store in Terrace, it's beside Mr. Mike's. They always have their sticker, and then it's always on sale.
I know it's always on sale, but it just when you know several.
But this one is just pea protein, sprouted brown rice protein, chaga mushroom powder, enzyme blend, and stevia.
And stevia. See, sweetened with stevia. That's what we were looking for, Julian. Is it sweetened with stevia? What is it? Erythritol? What's in it?
Yeah. This one is from Vega, which is a product I used to use all the time. And I can't have this too much because it does upset my tummy, some of their blends, but I tried this one today and it was good. And again, this one is just pea protein, spinach powder, pea starch, again, brown rice, kale, xanthagum, what she likes, alfalfa powder,
Rochelle does not
broccoli,
like that.
and that's it. This one has no sugar either. So the difference between getting way back
I don't
circle,
even feel like we answered my question.
like, just keep
It's all right, keep going.
So the difference between pea protein and whey protein, number one, whey is dairy, correct?
Yes,
I think
yes.
it is. Yes, it's dairy, so that I don't have it.
That's why she doesn't have it. That's why
but
you can't have it.
If you Google it, and what we recommend and what we do is we research the shit out of stuff, and we Google and we YouTube and we make ourselves crazy.
Also makes us crazy.
Yes, but the big difference, pea protein is absorbed much better, rapidly, and the contents, the way that it affects the internal organs, your blood level, all that kind of good stuff. That's why pea protein is recommended more, not whey. Well,
But whey also.
No, they actually recommend it for everybody now.
Do they?
Even bodybuilders, they're
I'm
slowly
gonna
starting
I'm
to
gonna
get
just
away.
allow her to be this way because I don't know anything
She can't
about
control
protein
me because we're
powder.
live. What does she do? Shut it off?
I can't even do that. Okay, so back to my question. What, like really?
Somebody has to Google for us, Oreos are vegan.
Okay, so the Oreos are vegan thing. This is it. There are two things that are going on in your life. One, you're keto and you have macros, but those macros.
Oreos are not keto.
No, and
Not
they don't fit in
keto.
your macros.
No,
So that's a thing. Right, good, Kim. There are no freaking Oreos have wheat. They also have milk, so they are not vegan either. You can wear your leather shoes and eat your Oreos all you want. That's not happening on my keto. So, anyways, the next thing I wanted to ask was, because you didn't answer the question, see, turn the camera sideways, she said. But I thought if you turn the camera sideways, it will just screw up the whole thing. So we didn't turn the camera sideways.
I'll try next time.
We're sorry. What things shocked you about changing from carbohydrate fueled to ketogenic? Or like, wow. This why live is not so much, my friend. Okay, how about if I just read that like I wrote it?
Yeah, just read.
What 3 things did you learn about a typical vegan diet that shocked you when going
keto
to keto?
What shocked me about a vegan diet? So the vegan diet, you know what? The same thing. People can be vegan and very unhealthy. You can be eating shit when you're on a vegan diet.
How many boxes do we throw away from your house?
Oh yes. So when we started keto, and I'm crazy, and I fully admit that. But for me, I can't have anything in the house that's gonna be a temptation. If it's there, I'm gonna, I'll just finish it because I don't want to waste it. So I went through my kitchen, and this is while both of my kids were still living at home. They're not little, but they're older. And we did 7 boxes of food, and lots of my healthy vegan food that all went bye-bye.
What about your protein bars?
Yeah, no. They all went bye-bye.
It's a bad thing about
they're
protein
not
bars.
That was a conversation we were gonna have. I bought cases and lived off of Cliff Bars. So we all know what Cliff Bars are, and there's some out there that aren't vegan. There's some that are vegan, and the thing that you have to think about is that the Cliff Bars are for people that are scaling the freaking mountain and actually.
Come up with a word for that?
I
rock climbers.
Rock climbers.
Rock climbers.
Yes.
Yesterday we were calling them something
climbers.
else.
So they're rock climbers. People that are high performance athletes and need to replenish quickly what they have depleted. I was sitting in an office. I was not depleting anything.
You didn't need to be eating.
No, I don't need to eat, 3-4 Cliff Bars a day.
And no one needs to eat a Quest bar.
No.
We've talked about this, several of us.
Yeah.
There are no Quest bars.
So I think to answer what did I learn about a vegan is that just being vegan doesn't mean you're eating healthy.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because I was still bloated. I was vegan, and when I decided to wake up,
Jillian!
I was
2 for Jillian. Jillian's banana protein shake is flavored with stevia.
Yeah.
And now you can have it. And you don't even have to be picky. But I was okay with your other comment as well. Just saying. She was giving me shit, but I love her, so it's okay. So if you want to know, that one that Jillian says, she'll share a picture later. It's sweetened with stevia. So you can have that banana protein, whatever, if you're a protein powder drinker. After 90, stop drinking protein drinks. Okay. The next question. What were the hardest?
90 years.
No. Yeah, when you're 90.
After you turn 90
When you turn
years.
90, you're okay. Okay, so what were the hardest things for you to overcome switching to fat for fuel?
Sugar cravings, carb cravings.
Did you overcome them?
I'm still overcoming. I'm better.
I'm better now. I'm better now.
It's like yoga. It's a journey every day. I would say that was the hardest thing, is that I thought I was a very healthy eater, and for the majority I probably was, but I had a lot of crap, a lot of carbs. All of my vegan food was carbs.
Everything was added carbs. When we looked through the box, I was like, nope. She's like, what about this? Because it's so special and I love it. No. So don't feel like I took everyone's food away. I also took away the vegan food.
Yeah.
So what
But I have to say that switching over, huge improvement, switching over from my body fueled off carbs and being belly bloated, tired, that afternoon lethargic. Now I make sure that's my focus now in my plan, is that I get my 100 grams of fat in and I am not tired. I don't need to have a nap. My belly feels good. I have no digestion issues.
That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's like a lot of crap. So that also I think is that's your greatest aha moment too, right? Knowing that you can do it. Yeah. Okay, so I just want to share a picture of Alana. She might not want me to share it, but I'm going to share it anyways. So everyone, I think, people say often when they see thin people or people that we think are thin and they're they're skinny fat. So when people say, like, know that Alana came to me, their biggest question is, well, like, why does she go to you? Like, she's so fit. See, let's tell me. I'm just kidding. I would only say that because she's sitting right beside me. So if you notice this picture, no, other side, that picture is. And
I used to be proud of my ass. I just have to say.
Yeah.
Like, I was known for my ass.
Well, I don't know who knew her.
Well.
So this is Alana's before, like, this is her before picture and this is her after picture. And how much weight did you lose? So you started off at 160, and what are you now?
Right now,
mm-hmm.
I'm 138.
Right. So
making Jen crazy because I have a new goal every day.
So, so you can't really see through here, but I mean, if you check out my website or my Instagram page, you can actually see, and I have some pictures also of other ladies that have gone through the program. Nikki's a great example. That you can actually see the changes in your body, in your form. Is this your back fat picture? Yeah. Like your back fat, like you had any back fat. But if you look at
I had back fat.
You can see the difference in her body. So this, here, let me make sure. The one with the bun is the start picture. So this is the start picture and this is the end picture. And you really can, if I was just a little more level-headed, you really can see the change in her body, in her bum. I mean, she lost half of her bum. So, keto is different in the way that, you don't have like loose skin all over the place and you're not like a hot mess. You are losing fat from everywhere all at once. It's all a whole package. Look at us. Now do you feel like, woo? Okay. Sorry. Okay, so let us talk for a second about fitness. So many people think that you can't be fit and do keto, but you are a fucking machine. So run us through a basic sunshiny day. And I say sunshiny day because there ain't nothing she's doing when it's pissing out rain.
Oh no, I
Sometimes.
like the rain.
This is not freezing and raining.
Yeah, if it's freezing,
She's not living.
I hate it, and
Okay.
I hate the treadmill. So a typical day. Let's go with a day that I teach morning yoga. So I'll get up in the morning and teach an hour yoga. I usually go down and do a half hour practice myself. And then, so I'm warmed up and then I teach a class. And then after the class, I will probably go out for a walk, minimum an hour. I try to walk for minimum 5K to 10K. Come home, that's when I'll eat. Have my first meal, and then depending if I have an afternoon class, teach an afternoon class, or go out for another walk or a hike. And then I'll teach my evening class, and then I usually like to go out for a walk again before I go to bed. Yeah, if it's really and I'm really an outdoors person. Like I need to be outside. If I don't go outside, that's when I start to go crazy. So I do have a treadmill downstairs. So I have a Bowflex downstairs, and if it's really miserable and I haven't been out for quite a while, then I go on there.
Okay, like you walk a lot. So what do you do? So what do you do when you get tired? Do you get tired? Because this is a big thing too with keto, right? Where people are like, "Oh, I get so tired again." So if you're not doing keto from a nutritional standpoint, or you're eating within your macros, Oreos, and you're unhealthy, you are sure going to be, what's our word?
Lethargic.
So
not lazy.
Not lazy. Lethargic. So if you find yourself tired, even though you're eating well and you're doing the right things, what do you do?
So if I find myself tired, first of all, I check in that I'm getting my calories and I'm getting my macros and I'm getting my fat. And then if that's all in check, I make sure that I am taking my supplements. And so one supplement that Jen introduced us to that I live by now is the Perfect Keto. What are the electrolytes? The electrolytes. So I make sure that my electrolytes are good. I do a lot of salt intake.
What? Shut up about the lethargic. We can't even say. So what do you do, Miss Fitness, if you get hungry? Say it. Just say it.
I eat.
She eats. So look, that's
sorry. I thought that was a trick question.
No, well, it is a trick question because there are people out there who think that if you're hungry and you
like yesterday.
Well, maybe let's not go way over. But if you are hungry and you are active and you think that you need more calories, you probably do. You are the best indication of what your body needs, okay? So, I mean, don't go eat a cheeseburger, but by all means, have some celery with peanut butter and hemp hearts, or have a Caesar salad, have a piece of chicken, not if you're Atlanta, have a protein shake, but whatever.
Actually, I probably eat avocados.
Yeah, that's
if I need a snack, even sometimes.
Hi, Vanessa.
I just have an avocado, like a small avocado, the ones you get at the stores here. If you're entering them as a large avocado, they ain't no large avocado.
They're big. Avocados.
Yeah, they're a small avocado, so enter them as a small avocado. I'll just do that with a tablespoon. See, I didn't even talk about my jars I have. So I do an avocado with olive oil and chia seeds, hemp seeds, flax.
Don't say that. Don't say you drink that.
You brought it up.
I thought that was one of your jars.
No.
Okay.
No. My jars are things.
Oh, okay. She eats a lot of seeds. Seeds are good. You should be eating. Hemp hearts, flax seeds, chia seeds. All of those things are high in fat and protein.
Omegas.
They have tons of things, okay? So definitely don't think that you're not going to be eating nuts and seeds over here. Yeah. I mean, even if you're vegan, you're eating them. If you're a regular keto, you're eating them as well. So a little bit now we'll go into what I do. So what 3 things do you do that drive me crazy? Just 3. Howard's watching this now.
So can I change a little bit? What 3 things did I used to do?
Okay,
because there's
new
things.
I was gonna say, could it be the old things and then 3 new things?
So the number 1 was weighing myself every day and expecting a miracle. So I do not weigh myself every day. I weigh myself twice a week. And I have to say that this Wednesday I weighed myself, and I actually said to Jen, I didn't weigh myself today. I'm going to go to weighing myself once a week, because to me now, my brain had a little switch, and it's more of a payoff that once a week, instead of, oh, here's a pound, gained a pound. Here's a pound, gained a pound. Nothing really happens at the end of the week.
And what could you do? What could you do if you
Nothing. You've already done it.
That's right.
When you weigh yourself,
you don't even know.
What you've already done yesterday.
Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? So they say, like, when a butterfly 3 weeks ago, 3 times around the world, shook its wing and made a tornado. Is that what it is? I don't know, something like that. Anyways,
I just think
but that's okay. I didn't even think of that. But the thing is, you are, by the time that you've weighed yourself and you're 2 pounds over or 2 pounds under or 7, whatever, the damage is done, bitch. It's over. You cannot fix it. There's no point. We weigh every week to check in and make sure that we're making progress. But weighing every day is doing nothing, because you can tell me till you're blue in the face and I will call you a liar. I'm not afraid of you.
What was the other?
What's the other 3 things that you do that make me crazy? So that was one.
I would say before was you would give me advice and I would question it until I went home and researched it myself.
I found out I was
correct.
Right, because I'm always right. This is the thing. I mean, not always, but I would say 99% of the time. I make sure, like, I ask several questions. I do a blanket, and I read this part of it, and this part of it, and this part of it. And these are the things that are going to work for you. These are the things that are going to work for Melissa. These are the things that are going to work for Mark. But you can check my work. It's okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, you were always okay with it. You always just said, I
told you so.
Told you so.
I have no problem saying that either.
Do you want my third thing?
Yeah.
I want my third thing.
Okay, good. What is
nuts. This one was the big one.
Oh dear, what
That's
was it?
I've just changed, I have to say. Slide in and out, but trying to change. So that I wanted to not only control myself on keto, but everyone around me on keto.
This is for you, Art. Are you watching us? This is like admittance of guilt.
My new thing right now that I say is I am only in control of myself.
Right.
If somebody wants to cheat, they can cheat.
If they want to bring home a pizza and beer, they're going to bring home a pizza and beer.
I need to go watch TV in the other room.
That's right, and not smell the pizza and beer. You'll be fine. It's all right. Although, if he's sending me his macros, did they include pizza or not include pizza? Do they include pizza or not include pizza? Did he go? Is he gone?
We haven't had pizza. We haven't had pizza for quite a while.
No, but you don't know what he's eating. He does bad things all on his own. Okay. So now she has a new thing that she does, which is why, so this is a big important thing too. So people will say to me, well, how do I know if I'm in ketosis? I fucking know. I know when you're in ketosis. So I don't care if you know. That's the bottom line. I want you to know nothing about it, because this is where your crazy comes in and overrides my crazy. I hate crazy. I just hate it. So I'm getting used to it because I've learned the hard way. So obviously, I'm not in your bathroom stopping you from peeing on a stick or weighing yourself or taking blood. I'm not doing that. But I can tell you repeatedly until maybe someday, 224 days later, you get it, right? So all you're doing is causing yourself grief. I know that you're in ketosis if you are following the plan, if you have gone through keto flu, if you have questioned me about your ridiculousness one day. All of these things tell me that you're in keto. Oh yeah, and when you come here and you've lost 7 pounds in 1 week, I know you're in keto. If you come here and now that's not always the case, because for people who have already been low carbing it and then come to me, they don't have that drastic loss in the first week. But there's nothing you can do about it. Some people take long, some people take short. Just get your shit together. That's all. We have photos now. So that's it. That's why I don't tell you to check your pee. because then you become like this. And she's checking her peanut. Well, I'm
But
not
I'm
the
not- but
purple. It doesn't matter. You're in ketosis. I don't care what color it is, right?
But it is. I'm going to defend a little bit because I'm not using the ketosis strips every day now. I didn't do it today. I didn't do it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But that is how everybody's body's a little bit different, right?
That's
and
right.
so for me, my body, even the alcohol sugars, my body goes, sugar, thank you very much. I'll have a 17 more. So if I make sure that I was cutting that out, and yeah, I was in ketosis, but if I make sure that I get my 100 grams of fats or a little bit more, I'm wildly into ketosis. And so I found that out by using the strips.
Right. And the most important thing I think that Alana just said in that sentence, and how we view vegans on keto, is that if you just could rewind live video, she said, when I get more than 100 grams of fat in my diet. And you know where her fat didn't come from? It didn't come from Oreos, but it didn't come from vegetable oil, and it didn't come from meat fat, and it didn't come from bacon, and she's still alive. Barely sometimes. But most importantly, we just, out in the world, we have this misconception that you can only do keto if you're eating bacon and becoming unhealthy. And that is just not the case. We here, for me at Hale Holistics, we eat bacon as a flavor, as something that we put on chicken or eat in breakfast,
Topping,
but
yeah.
we don't, it's not a part of our meal plan. Okay. So that's something that I want to debunk. When you're eating a healthy ketogenic diet, it does not include 24 pieces of bacon.
No.
When you see people out there losing their hair, obviously it's malnutrition. It's not because keto specifically. It's what you're doing with the keto. Alana's doing it vegan. She hasn't lost any hair. I haven't lost any hair. I really push food. Real food.
I just bleached the hell out of my hair.
She's gonna lose them sooner or later.
No. And I have to tell you that my niece, who did it, fabulous job, Jessica, thank you very much. Every process that she did, and she was brushing my hair, she was amazed that she had nothing in her brush. And she said she's never had that happen. So you can't tell me that it's not, that I'm unhealthy. But I have to say that this is what Jen does for a life now, her job. And it makes me climb a freaking wall when people say keto is eating meat.
Right.
Makes me nuts.
It's not eating meat.
People need to get out of the 80s when there was Atkins. Atkins was eating meat, and the guy died from a heart attack.
No, he did not. He died. He slipped and fell and bashed his head.
Yeah.
No. Who's gonna Google this? It's actually in my fucking book. So now
He didn't slip and die.
Yeah, no, okay,
we'll get back to that.
He slipped and he fell and he gave himself a fucking brain concussion. He died. I got it in the. You want to read my book? I'm gonna read it. Just hang on. Like who's been on this program for 270 days?
Well,
yeah.
I'm gonna research that when
I'm gonna show it to you, you asshole. Okay.
My point is that keto
is not
about meat. It's about high healthy fats, moderate protein, and for me, protein is protein. Protein is not meat. So high healthy fats, moderate protein, low carbs.
What's your other question? So why did you come to me?
Oh,
well, I'm searching through the things that I wrote on paper.
Other than you're fabulous.
Yeah.
So I started in February last year. Yeah, last year February. We got back from holidays, and I stepped on a scale and was 185 pounds and crap myself and thought, what is happening? I did my own health plan. I ramped up my exercise, and I was doing calorie counting, you know, small meals several times a day. And I got some results from that, but it wasn't a big result. It wasn't a big push. And so I had been hearing about keto, and Jen was doing this keto, so I had asked her to come over one day and to chat about it. And it's something I think at first that people really have to rewire your brain to think, you know, we've been society, and the healthcare system is starting to change, but society has always been no fats, no fats, no fats. But you don't want the shitty processed fats. You want the healthy, natural fats, and that's what your body starts to burn, and it does. It makes a huge difference. So that's why I came to you, is because you had a knowledge about it and knew what you were talking about. And I'm a big person that I need somebody to be accountable for.
Yes.
If I'm to do it on my own, I would still be within the cheating phase. And so to have somebody that every week you had to check in, every night you had to send your macros, your screenshot, that's why I went, because I wanted the accountability and the knowledge that you had.
And that's why she stays, because I still keep her accountable. Okay, but listen, I just want to read this to you, okay? So this is like legit. It is in like the second page 8 of my book.
Did you get it from Wikipedia?
Probably. No. I did extensive research because someone told me that he died from a heart attack, and I was like, that can't be true.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it says right here, I will insert that, yes, it is like Atkins, but it's been around much longer. And no, Dr. Atkins did not die from his diet. He slipped and fell and suffered a traumatic fucking brain injury. Like, Google it. I can't even believe you said that on my television.
Okay, well, he was an evil man.
Sorry, family of that man. That was terrible. Because he eats meat. So we didn't.
Because that's all he did. He just just meat. Because those people didn't eat vegetables.
They didn't?
No.
But I know a lot of people do think though that keto is also. See, look at Jillian. You're right. She fucking Googled it. You know she Googled it.
You don't know what point that came up. She may say you're right because you say you're right all the time. Maybe she's a little bit scared of you.
She's not.
Are you scared of her, Jillian?
No. Have you met Jillian? She is not scared of me. She's not scared of me. I'm maybe scared of her. She's so lovely.
All right.
So does anyone else have any questions?
Was that
it? Yeah, like my last question was, why do you stay? I think we've covered everything.
Oh.
Unless
why
anyone
do I stay? Because who doesn't want to come for this?
Well, I have like great life advice also.
Yes, and that's it's not part of the Hale Holistics plan, but we signed up for Hale Holistics / therapy.
I have a few of those. Like we also do. It turns into, because a lot, and not to say that we're talking about Alana and Art at this point, but a lot of people, when we're talking about food, right? And not scared. She's not scared of me. So, but a lot of people, as we go through the food process and discovering, and especially for those people who cheat more than others or have vices like wine is a big problem.
Not a cheat.
It wasn't a cheat. But some people have, like, it's more than that. It's more than just you come here for a diet. You get to sit down in my fancy pink chair, right? And it's a place where maybe we know each other, maybe we don't. I'm not afraid to tell you my opinion at all, ever. That's the truth. And, don't come in here thinking that I'm going to sugarcoat life for you. So if you're fucking up, I'm going to tell you that you're fucking up, and I can tell you how to fix it, but you always at the end of the day are accountable to yourself, right? So that's, for me, I want you to be your best self in general, but I want you to be your best self in keto as well. I want you to just always know what you're doing. Just like be present in your fucking life, people. Like, let's go. Right?
Yeah, and food's very connected. Whether
with your emotions.
Whether you're obese, you're normal, skinny,
you're skinny fat,
whatever. Food is very much connected to emotions, and you can really change the way you're eating and stuff. But it's really about headspace, not and how you think about food, and you know, food is supposed to be that you sit down and you enjoy what you're eating. You digest what you're eating. You don't just walk and run out the door, right?
Right.
So
It's
a lot of
sustaining
it
your
is
life.
when you're going through keto. A lot of it is just figuring out not only how to eat but why you're eating.
Yeah,
right?
if you're stress eating,
why-
you know,
stress eating.
I don't know anyone
How about
that does
holding?
that.
Yeah.
So
How about a lot of weight from stress? How much weight did I lose when I quit my job?
Oh my God. So that's another thing too. So that's the benefit of coming here is that I don't give up on you. You're going to give up on you and you're going to get frustrated and you're going to get pissed the fuck off. But I do not give up on you. So if you stop coming, I'm done. Obviously, I can't. I'm not going to go to your house and hold your hand. But when you're here and you're frustrated, and that's when it all comes out on the chair, right? You're coming in, you're stressed out, you'll start making excuses. So making excuses is the first thing. Well, I had a hard day at work, right? Like that was the biggest thing. I had to work late, the guys at the shop, blah, blah, blah. And it becomes excuse after excuse after excuse. But you know what? You're not the first person to be in that position. So I'm not going to sit back and listen to your excuses. I'm going to redirect you, maybe tell you to quit your job. So please don't come to me if you think you need to quit your job because your husband will not like me and it will be a big problem. He loves me. I'm just saying. But you know, like,
it wasn't
my fault.
No, and it wasn't you need to quit your job, but it was just realizing, you know, and that's what we work on in yoga too, right? Like
yes,
what do you need in your life? Like if you're miserable, what's making you miserable?
That's right.
Do you want to hold on to that?
Or you want to let go?
Or do you want to let it go and fix your life, right? So
it's all about being.
But yeah, I had like a plateau in my keto that was just we couldn't figure out. And I mean, there was a day somebody showed up for my appointment
and I had a letter. I wish I had that. It's in your file. But I had this letter and it was like,
told me to shut up, sit down, and not say anything.
That's true.
And when I finally left my stressful job, which was not bringing me joy, I think what did I lose? Like 7 pounds
in like
rapid.
1 week. Yeah. Because it was just like, and now she has added stress of, you know, doing nothing but her job that she loves. But we've finally overcome that because then
it's like a half hour of stress.
No, that's not it though. But her next stall was the sugar alcohol.
Yeah,
that was a bad one. So this is why when people
beware of that. When you find something and it's like, oh, I can have this chocolate bar treat and it's only 2 net carbs,
but it's 37 sugar alcohols. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
No.
Maybe later on in your keto
or maybe
life,
don't have like 2 a day.
Yeah, right. Make sure that you're getting real protein from good places, not from protein bars that have maltol.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what I mean is that you just replace.
That's right.
I replace my Cliff bars with a different bar.
That's right.
With a keto bar. Whereas
but
now,
some of those keto bars, what was the one you had the other day?
The no cow?
No, it was a different one. Was it you?
Was it bad?
I think so.
Was it a bad one?
Didn't you say it was bad after you checked it? Was it you? Somebody out there, everybody is on these protein bars, which first of all, it tastes like sawdust. So I'm not real sure why I like them anyways. Like I would rather eat a salad, maybe a cucumber, have a chunk of
I have
cheese.
to say the perfect keto ones, they're not vegan, but I did try them. They're good. They're not. I don't think you liked them so much.
But I'm not a good judge of that because I'm a good
judge of that. It tastes like they're good. They're good.
The grenade bars were delicious, but they have 37 grams of sugar alcohol, all of which is
for some
maltol.
people, like Art can have one and he's completely fine. I have one and my body wants 7 more because it tastes the sugar. And to my body, it doesn't matter if it's alcohol, sugar, or sugar.
Sure. That's right. It just goes through.
Give me some more.
It's high glycemic. So if it's stevia, you're okay. If it's erythritol, sure. But when you start hitting those talls, it's not good.
Just try to stay, and this is for vegan as well, right? Just try to stay natural food.
Does anyone have any more questions that are easy
that we don't have to Google?
that we don't have to Google? I don't think we missed any questions.
No?
Look,
Maybe I should ask you a question.
No.
Why not?
No, because you're
on the spot?
Yeah, I'm not good live.
Oh. You're totally good live.
No, I have a lot of swears. What's the question?
Why did you start Hail Holistics? Why did you start keto?
Well, first of all, I'm fat. Like, that was number one thing. No,
So where did you learn about keto?
So, well, a doctor and a close friend. So, for me, I was the absolute epitome of hate. I hated everything. I hated everyone. I was unfriendly. Nobody liked me. Well, maybe people liked me, but they were co-haters. So I had this vision of keto that was ridiculous and was going to give you brain damage, and only certain people.
The keto one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was a hater. I was all about the hate.
Wow.
All kinds of hate.
Brain cancer. You hang out with my mom?
Shh, don't anyone tell her we said that. So I was really like absolutely against this. And having, what are you looking at?
I'm just seeing if there's any questions there.
Oh, there's no questions. It's big when it comes up.
Question. Okay.
Yeah. This just says they joined. I waved at them.
Keep going with why you started.
Anyways, so we went to Calgary. I don't know if I can tell this story without hurting someone's feelings. So I went to Calgary.
You were worried about Mr. Atkins.
No, I'm not.
Dead.
It's a little bit more personal than that.
Well, don't use his name.
It's kind of hard not to.
Oh.
But if you're in my realm of humans, you know who that person is to me. But she wanted to do keto, and it was recommended to her by the doctor. And I still was like, I don't think so. It's gonna cause you brain damage. You can't not eat carbs. It's not good for you, right? Yeah, your hair's gonna fall out. I was that guy last April or February. Actually, 1 year ago today, probably, right? I'm pretty sure that's when we were in Calgary then. And then through the doctors and through Katie and many other people, Leanne Vogel, we found keto. And I read these books, advised by the doctor, advised by friends who were like, it's not what you think it is. Really, you should do more research. Like what I tell you now, it's not what's out there. It's really not like that if you're doing it right. So I also come from a place of food, portion control, and dietary needs. So for me, those things are important. And when I switched over and started reading and started applying it to my life, there's so much information out there about keto. There's so many. Like we just today, even Alana and I had this conversation about fasting. Mm-hmm. So there are many different ways in which everyone does things, and everybody is a keto expert. So though I am no expert, I have blindly fondled my way around in the dark and gotten the information that I need, because when I did it myself, it was hard. It was really hard. But what a difference that it has made in me as a human. I'm sorry, that was important. That was an important text message. I gotta get the one eye for that. So for me, it changed my life. It changed my demeanor. It changed my mentality. It stopped me from being a hater. It just really changed that altogether. If you knew me last February and you knew me now, or if you know me now and you didn't know me then, you would have no idea of the hateful person that I was then. Ketogenic diet does that for all humans. It raises your serotonin levels, and it makes you feel differently. It puts you in a state of calm. It makes you feel better. It makes you have the time in your life to think about things before you do them. Where before I might have wrote a nasty Facebook post. I do not do that anymore. I mean, on occasion I might do it, but I'm really sneaky about it. Or I have friends who mix that. So I do have, still some Facebook police out there. But it changed my life. And in doing that, it inspired me to really, I know so many people who are like that, who are like angry and hostile and just have all this trauma. I didn't want to come across anymore like a victim. I wanted to be a survivor. So I think that in my doing that, I wanted that in my life. I wanted to be a survivor. I never wanted to be a victim. And I want everyone out there who is a victim and thinks they're a victim of circumstance to be able to come on this platform and say, I'm a survivor. I feel better. I feel like I can make it through the day. I feel like I can be happy. I can do these things. And when you're in my office and we talk, that's what I'm trying to give you, a little piece of what got me here, because I was in a really bad place before. And maybe throughout the year, I might not even have been here, because that's how real down deep I was. And this definitely changed my life. So I think, oh, look, it kicks you out. It kicks you out of the Instagram. Kicked us out. Straight in my
You have
survivor.
so much ADD.
Anyways, so that's why.
It is, and I think that is from the stuff that I've watched, like scientifically.
Yes.
Keto brain, like there's keto flu, right? Which sucks. You know, for someone that does all that exercise, when I hit keto flu, I couldn't even walk up the hill. I was like,
oh yeah,
what the fuck is happening to me, right?
Some of us want to poop,
couldn't. I had no energy. Now, when I find that I do too much cheats and I go out and I go back in, I just become a raging bitch and I'm crazy and irrational.
Yes.
Not tired, but irrational. But the effects of changing your body to a healthy fat burning system chemically changes your brain and how it works.
That's right.
And that's our opinion. That's what we felt.
That's right.
But that's scientifically the studies that they have done. So you can look those up.
And
right?
I think it's important that when people also say this can't be a lifestyle, well,
it is a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle. And so what is it? It's 5 factors. What do they call it? So 5 components of metabolic syndrome. It's the size of your waist, your visceral fat, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, the level of your triglycerides, and your HDL. And with ketogenic diet and lifestyle, you are eliminating most of those things, as well as, you are also eliminating wheat and sugar from your diet, and therefore becoming less lethargic, less inflammatory. People with, and I can say this from my own personal experience, not from what's out there being researched. I have a client who's very close to my heart, and she has fibromyalgia, and every day she tells me how much she loves this because it makes her feel good. And that's a big part of it, is that anti-inflammatory part, that it helps remove that from her life, and she feels great. So it's not just about weight loss for some people. If you have any kind of metabolic condition that is cured, I mean, some things are not curable. Type 1 diabetes, and please stay away from me. I'm scared of you, type 1 diabetes. Because that's like a real, problem that requires real, doctoring. But things that can be helped with weight loss, they can be helped with weight loss. And it makes a huge, dramatic impact in your health and your feeling, your emotional, mental, and your just well-being of everything. Mm-hmm. Amazing. Mm-hmm. So change your life. We done now? We've been on here for quite some time and no one has any questions. And my Instagram is so sick and tired of my shit, it shut me off. How come yours stayed on?
I'm not Instagram, I'm Facebook.
Oh.
What's this? This is your
so
Facebook.
That's my Facebook. My Instagram shut off.
I know.
It has like a 1 hour limit. You never met me before.
Yeah. Yeah, so let us know if you have any questions. And if you think of something after, if you don't want us to blurt it out right now, either for Jen or for myself, send us a message.
Thanks, Anna.
If it's anything that, if you send it to me and I can't answer, I'll go to my guru and she'll answer it.
That's my life goal. I'm going to be Tony Robbins, right, Sarah? Where's Sarah? She's in Mexico. She can't even comment and pat my back and tell me I'm Tony.
We're gonna go to Tony Robbins is expensive.
He is
Yeah.
like $6,500. I'm like $300. It's so much cheaper than Tony Robbins.
That's it.
That's it. Okay.